Welcome to Grow on the Go, your on-the-go spot for learning and development at UC Berkeley. In today's episode, we're talking about goal accomplishment, one of the 5 performance indicators in the achievement criteria. Grow on the Go is produced by People and Organization Development in Berkeley People and Culture. All right, today we are doing a deep dive on the achievement criteria performance indicator, goal accomplishments. In Achieve Together, we set goals dynamically, meaning they are not set it and forget it annual goals. We go through a goal revising and updating process formally 3 times a year through Achieve Together check-in conversations. Employees will always have 1 professional development goal and 2 to 4 additional goals at any time, focused on job responsibilities, special projects, or contributions to the broader UC Berkeley or UC network. These can last for any length of time. With so many types of jobs at UC Berkeley, some employees have a few goals that last a few years. Some have goals that last a month, 4 months, 6 months. In check-in conversations, we revisit progress, discuss what's on track, what needs some attention, and coordinate goal planning for the next 4-month period. Think of your check-ins as mile markers for expected outcomes. What's most important to consider? That these goals are clear, unambiguous, on a timeline, and that the parties involved know how success will be achieved. These are critical because we want everyone to be able to articulate what success looks like. As you create your goals, think of 2 words: actionable and measurable. For a much deeper dive on how goals show up and Achieve Together, check out the Getting Started with Achieve Together video or Setting Goals with Adaptability linked in the description below. All right, let's dive in and unpack the 3 performance levels for goal accomplishment. Today, we're going to be seeking guidance from the achievement criteria to understand what it looks like when you are in the needs attention, well done, and standout performance levels for goal accomplishment. First, let's talk about how we define goal accomplishment at UC Berkeley and Achieve Together. The definition is short, sweet, and focused. Achieves individual goals that contribute to unit priorities. This is that takes a village idea. We are all responsible for doing the best we can to make UC Berkeley an even stronger university. By aligning our work with the unit priorities, strategies, and goals, we see ourselves in the mission, vision, and purpose of what we're doing here, bringing top-of-the-line education and research to the world. It's always great to have the achievement criteria open as we dive through the goal accomplishment section of the document. Check out the video description or the Achieve Together website to grab it so that you can follow along and make some notes. In this video, we'll start with some examples from the needs attention performance level, then we'll build to well done and close out with examples from standout. As we navigate through the achievement criteria, the non-shaded sections are for all non-represented employees, and the shaded parts are for people managers. So people managers, you need to be paying attention to both of those, looking at your people management contributions and also your contributions outside of the scope of people management. Keep that in mind as we review and unpack. Take a moment to review the needs attention performance level for goal accomplishment. What are you noticing for all non-represented employees here? First and foremost, failure to consistently achieve expected goals within an employee's scope of control and within the planned timelines that were agreed to. So not off to the best start here, but it's important that we call out that part about within scope of control. This is about your piece of the puzzle and your ownership over that piece. The achievement criteria in goal accomplishment has a lot of guardrails to ensure that we're evaluating performance based on what's expected of you for the goal. Moving along, the next aspect highlights not focusing on critical issues, poor management of time, and failure to use the resources available to achieve results. Okay, so what is it saying about managers in this space? A manager that is in the needs, attention, performance level for goal accomplishment doesn't do the work of aligning individual and team goals with unit priorities. This is when a manager is not working to coordinate how their team's work drives the goals of the department. Another component, they fail to hold the team accountable for achieving goals that contribute to unit priorities. So that first part, not aligning goals with priorities. The second part here, not holding the team accountable for those outcomes. Finally, they make little or no effort to enable employees to achieve goals. Some of the themes you might be picking up when we get to these manager sections are around how critical enablement, alignment, and accountability show up. Before we move on to well done for goal accomplishment, just a quick reminder about how the achievement criteria is here to help. This is your guide to find out how you're doing, how you're performing at any moment. If you're finding yourself trending towards that needs attention performance level, or if you're a manager and you notice you have an employee in that space, jump in and get to work on prioritizing performance improvement towards the well done performance level. Each employee deserves individualized development from their manager, and each employee is responsible for the ownership of their job and their career. With these ideas in mind, let's move on to the well done performance level for goal accomplishment. Take a few moments and review the bullet points under well done. Thinking of achieving individual results that contribute to unit priorities, what do you notice? I am noticing the theme of within control we reviewed earlier. Thinking of what you are responsible for. Well done performance in this space looks like consistently achieving goals within control, within planned timelines. So when timelines shift out of your control, revisit that expectation with your supervisor so you and they know the refined expectation. This is just another quick example of how we set and revisit dynamic goals as priorities shift. It's our chance to be on point for clear expectations and outcomes. What else are you picking up as you read through? Consistently and proficiently analyzing priorities and critical issues. So what does this mean? Keeping focused on what's most valuable, what's most important, and what's going to make the greatest positive impact. Effective time management comes back into play here. Staying focused until issues are resolved successfully to achieve quality output. Then we shift to the manager section in well done for goal accomplishment. What are you noticing here? Consistently aligns individual and team goals with unit priorities. Okay, so we make sure that we know the roles and responsibilities and we know how we're contributing to unit priorities. Not only that we know these things, but that the manager is holding the team to account against those goals within the necessary timelines. The last bullet point here is something we hear about a lot. My manager just wrote my goals and put them in the system, or my direct reports write their goals and refuse to budge when I have comments. This is a collaborative process. And it's a collaborative process the manager is responsible for creating and continuing as time goes on. It's the responsibility of the manager to effectively collaborate with each employee to identify work goals, provide resources, and support to enable goal accomplishment, and responsible for assisting with solving problems and breaking down barriers that prevent goal achievement. I think this is really exciting about people management. You get to really be a leader, a champion, a motivator, and someone who is there to empower individual growth and achievement. Climbing further, it's time for unpacking standout performance for goal accomplishment with all non-represented employees in addition to people managers. In the first two boxes, that theme of achieving goals within control comes back up. Always exceeds expectations on goals within control and in planned timelines. So we know the goal, it's clear. We get to play the role you play. We understand what we can't control or what we can control within the scope of your role. And in this space, you are always going above and beyond to achieve the goal's expectations. Another note here is about always contributing value-added opportunities for new responsibilities and challenges. Standout performance here looks like employees who are always leaning into problem solving and helping with new priorities as they arise. Further, always proficiently anticipates, analyzes, and effectively prioritizes critical issues to mitigate concerns or problems. This is when an employee sees their work as an ever-shifting and evolving landscape, adjusting the focus and approach to be always cognizant of how what happened informs the present and knows what to do to anticipate and positively impact the future. Performers in Standout for Goal Accomplishment also do a great job of modeling and sharing resources on prioritization and time management to enhance results. Thinking about manager responsibilities in this space, they always model effective individual and team alignment with unit priorities, goals, and initiatives. This is not just for the team you support, but also cross-functionally and cross-organizationally when appropriate. This comes through highlighting work and sharing appreciation, putting faces to names, connecting people at scope in ways that will drive the unit forward. They consistently ensure that the team exceeds expectations. So if you are a manager seeking to reach this level, starting enabling your team to exceed expectations on goal accomplishment is really where you want to be starting. We noticed earlier that note about value-added contributions, right? Always showing up when challenges arise. There's a parity note for managers that demonstrates that symbiosis needed for effective response to issues. The achievement criteria states consistently contributes value-added opportunities for new responsibilities and challenges for the members of the team. Finally, they enable employees to explore and consistently achieve high-value contributions within the organizations. Great managers have enabled, empowered, high-achieving teams. All right, as you plan to have your Achieve Together conversations, think of actions you've taken in the previous conversation period that exemplify the behaviors we just discussed. This will help you share with your manager how your performance aligns with these 3 performance levels. And if you're a manager, think of behaviors you can share with your employee that align with the performance levels. This will ensure everyone is on the same page and striving for excellence. And lastly, think about and discuss your goals. Use this list and these ideas to build goals that will allow you to shine. Please be sure to check out the other videos in the Achievement Criteria series. The next one on the list is Inclusion and Belonging. And as always, resources are available in the video description below and on the Achieve Together website.